October 7, 2023. It's this morning started the war in Israel and Palestine, and I'm not happy for it, but I'm curious if it will happen what I heard in Jerusalem. I was, if you don't know it, but I was in Jerusalem in December 2022. So it's not 1 year since I was in Jerusalem. And I was to a Jewish hotel. Owner was Jewish, but those that was working in the hotel, they were Muslims from Palestine, from Gaza Strip, and they were telling me that that Iran, I'm sorry for coughing. The Iran will be into next war against Israel. So I'm curious now. I watch the Palestine television, Al Jazeera, and need to know that it can come message that benefit Palestinian people. So I have to be a little careful about what they are saying, and it's the same with Israel. And I have told you I am not a political person. I work for God, and God is not political. This is, and God, he said just when I started this recording that God said that he had promised that he should not kill any people. And since after the flood, when every people was killed, but not Noah family was killed, God felt sorry for these people that have died and say he should not kill anymore. So today is it people that kill people and not God. The devil wants us to believe that it's God's will to kill people, and it's not. It's a man's decision, or woman's decision also can it be. And so this is only the start, I think. And Israel have said that they are in war today. So for me it's sad about people that be killed, but it's also interesting to see if what they were telling me at the hotel that Iran will come in and go into the war, and then we have a long, bloody war on us, and affect much in the world. And I have the television on most of the day today to see what will going on, and it have been some rockets coming to Tel Aviv, And you know what I have talking about when it's about Tel Aviv, that it's the devil's city have started to be, that is about money, and it's about the homosexuality. But now in December the 2022, when I was in Jerusalem, I saw there was many of those flags, the homosexual bars around in the center where I was. So it have spread into Jerusalem, that is a religious, spirit-filled city, but it is not more. And it's about money the whole time. And God wanted me to come to Israel to see this changing from the first time I was there, 2011, and now when I was there, 2022, 11 years later, it have changed so much. It's much anger in Israel today, and it's much split up. Of people don't know what the other side are doing, like those common people. It's not about the military. They don't know what's going on, but they don't tell us. We see it in this war and rockets launches. But before I got the news from the television about the war in Israel, I got the knowledge, new knowledge, but not a big knowledge. But it is about this man I have met that is Muslim, and I hope that he have problem, but he don't let it be there. He must find it out, because in Islam, about the spirit, they don't understand what the spirit is, and that is for other religion also, that they know there is an afterlife. They got it with their religion, but they don't know this connection between our planet, the earth, and the spirit, and the afterlife. They don't understand what's going on. They only know we live here today, and then when we die, we come to the afterlife. And some of this religion, they are saying this part of Islam that is evil. Not everyone is evil, but those evil Islamic branches that want people to do terror, to kill people, and they blow themselves up. They kill themselves by carrying a bomb on them and going into a church or going into a place where it's much people and kill many. And they say the leaders are saying that they are coming to the afterlife and got a pleasure life in heaven in that way that they have killed many, because that's Allah's meaning that we should do, to kill those enemies. And as I say, God doesn't kill. It's people that kill. And they think that they in heaven they got 7 virgin women. I wonder what the homosexual what they are saying to them, because they don't want the women in afterlife. But it's so total wrong to think like that. It's so very selfish to think that because you kill people, it's not enemies. It's people like you and me, and you don't know where they're coming from. They maybe are Muslims that be killed. The bomber, he don't go and ask people who they are, what religion are you into. They kill all people, and all people in that place. So I think it's very confusing for this man I have met, that I love, and I know that he loves me, but he can't understand this because he's born Muslim, and they don't understand the spirit. It's a word called Sufism, and it's a inner self-cleaning. But that is not really a connection to God. It's selfish things. It's very much selfish things. And he have to clean himself up on what he have learned from childhood. And that is for many people about what the lies they have got in themselves from the childhood, and start to think on your own, to go away from the learning from books and from your parents or those that you grew up with. And of course, the church can be very nice to go into as a social meeting, but it doesn't teach you anything more to know what it says in the Bible, but it doesn't tell you what God is talking about. It's what men have interpret and assume when those men that was writing down the scrolls to be in a book, they were not all of them are not leaders of the church or knowing anything. They only translate the Bible. They translate the scrolls to to the Bible, and they put together that those texts that it was missing, those text, it was not, it was fragment of writings, those scrolls. There were not new perfect been saved like that. They were in the mountains, in the rocks, and in those caves. And you know, when you have been in caves, it is very water in the air, and it's not a good place for scrolls to be. So it's only fragment they find, and then they put together what they think it should be between the lines. So there is many lies there, but it's also good written things. And I use the Bible sometimes, but I don't read in it in that way. If there is a word, for example, today I was looking into the Quran, what they were saying about the Spirit. I can use those books as a source to understand, but not take everything as perfect truth. The perfect truth is to have a communication with God, and not people say often to me that they get a connection with God in those books, but it's more likely that you have a connection with those that translate the Bible, that put together the Bible. And then you always have to think that the Catholic Church took away some of these scrolls. There is not completely books in the Bible. And the Catholic Church have said that they should open the archive to those books, the writings that they have found, but they have not shown it for people. And I think it start to come in that time. They must open the archive of those scriptures they have found in those caves, so people can read by themselves to understand. And so I don't know if it will be a lie there also, that they are going not to show those books, that they don't want the world to see. They maybe hide it again for us. So he must step out from his childhood's knowledge he had got from people and reading the books. I don't know. As he was saying, he was deep, and I don't know what it means in his way to say he was deep. I don't know. And if he is deep in the right way, he will find a door out from what he have believed since since birth, because he was born in that religious thinking. Like I was born in the Lutheran church, and I didn't grow up so much in the Lutheran church, but I have it around me very much. But today I don't listen at it more, because it's not the right church for me, as they allow those homosexual take place so much. So they have homosexual in the pulpit. They have the homosexual preaching about the Bible, and in the Bible. So they flirting with people they should not flirt with, because they don't want to change those people that come into the church. But the people that come into Lutheran church want to change the church, and they have done that for many years. And now today is it not only in Sweden that they have wedding in Lutheran church for the same gender's wedding. They bless homosexual marriage with God, like they see God, but they believe that Jesus was God, so it's not the real God anyway. So I don't go angry about it. It's only the frustrating, and it's something I want to tell you about, that the people are leaving the Lutheran Church. People are leaving all kind of churches. They don't want to believe in God anymore, because they have seen so much lies. We have just in Sweden had a man that a pastor for a Pentecostal church that had to leave because he was in sexual relationship with the women that he was not married to, and he had to leave. But sometimes they let them stay, and then it's be toxic in the church, because they don't kick them out as they should do. And so I have told you that I can't do anything about this man. I have been there and met him in the cricket field, and last time I saw him, he waved at me when other people didn't see. He waved at me, and then I was thinking he will come to me and talk to me. But then I wait, and then he only left with those other men, and it didn't come to me. So that was the last time I was to the field, because I understood in that way that he will not come to me, even if he see me and he is in love with me. It's because it's going against his belief. And then I have been talking to this woman that come when I was sleeping, and talking about entrepreneur. I need to look into that word, entrepreneur, to more understand, because that word she was saying to me, that I remember, it maybe have a spiritual meaning. And I need to put up a little more water. I feel that I start to be dry in my mouth. And maybe she was saying more to me. It's sparkling water, and that's why the sound. Maybe she was saying things to me, and I have taken it into my brain, but I didn't remember when I wake up what she had told me. But I remember very clearly that she say entrepreneur, and that is they are not really owner of the job, the company. They are not. They are hired into the company, so they are not their own boss. They are dependent on the owner of the company. I think it means like that. And in a spirit way, I understand in the spirit way why she say entrepreneur, because it means that he is not free. He is dependent on someone, and for to exist, for to stay here in Sweden, and he need to be comfort that God will take care of him, and he don't understand now that if he is coming to my home, we are going to be led of the Spirit, and they are going to tell us what we should do, and bring to us the tools we need to have a comfort life. And if it's like the Swedish government will kick him out from Sweden, I tell him that I follow him. I go with him because I don't have anything here in Sweden that hold me to stay in Sweden, so I can go away wherever he want to go. And but we need to do the work for under heaven, under afterlife, to be a living tools for heaven, and they will help us with our life. So I am not worried about this, to have a home, have a money like that. I don't care in that way that other people are worried about, because my relationship with God is so close, and like I saw that, I have seen it many times, and I saw it special when God told me that I should touch the golden gate in Jerusalem, and I didn't have any money. I don't have any money. And then suddenly God was sending me money. I don't know how he did it. It maybe was not supernatural in that way that money only coming, because I know that God have talked to people to help me, and some, when it's about money, it's the easiest way to say they should help me, because people don't understand other things than money in helping. They don't understand that they can help without uh, giving me money. I need, when I was homeless in United States, the most important for me was a place to stay where I could feel me safe in. It was not about money. It was to be safe in the place and not walking around and have no one taking care of me if it's happened something. But the few times someone helped me was about giving me money and nothing else. So that is help that is easiest for people to do. And of course it was great when the money suddenly come in, so I could buy me an airline ticket, and then also pay the room for a hotel in 1 month in Jerusalem. That was very, very, very great. But there is so much other things could help. If you don't have any money, you can help anyway. Only help to be there for a person. Not giving money because you don't have any money, but to help a person in that way, to only be with that person and tell them that you are that person's friend, and we can discuss this problem you have and see if we can find an answer of it. Like that, you can say that to a person. And like when I was married in Texas, there was many children that had no home, that had much money, and they didn't have money to pay the bills, and they were out from heat, for example, electricity in their home, and we took those children could stay with us over the weekend. My husband was working, so we could only give them a place in the weekends, and they come and sleep in our home, and we gave them the food to eat like we had food, and we have electricity, and they could watch television and be in their home, and in that way helping people. And so it's not always about money, to encourage people and to give them advices, and only to be there for them. I'm very dry in my mouth just now, so it seems like a spirit is on its way, because I feel so very very dry, and you that follow me, certainly I have this voice, and have hard to talk because it's so dry what's coming in here, and that is what it is now. And but I wanted to say that this woman, I told her that she needed to talk to him about what's going on, that he must he was with me when I took his arm and I did a healing on him, and that he must understand. He must think that it was only he and me there in that place. We were alone, and then he suddenly got this love in his coming into his arm, going into his body, because after the last words he was saying to me that he had to go because his friend had coming and get him, and when he was saying that to me, his voice was this kind of voice when you are in love. It's another way to talk in, and that's what it was. And I have seen him in the field that he have love in his eyes for me. But it is this with the Islam that he have. Someone is coming here now. It's a woman. It is this woman. So I am. She is saying this to me, that she have told him. She have talking to him, and she's saying that he need time to take it in and to understand that he can't get it in Quran, because they don't know this connection between God and us in the spirit way. They only believe that we live here and now, and then when we die we go up in like a afterlife, and not the connection, not the silver cord. They don't understand this with the silver cord, that we have a connection with those in afterlife that have going before us to help us here on earth. And she wants to talk. I feel her that she's very on me, is that she wants to talk, this woman that look like India. And I see what she's saying. She say I should not be worried about it with this. I don't know if it's his mother or if it's a sister like that. It's a family member for him that is talking, that have died and from earth, and living in the afterlife, and understand what's going on, understand the truth now. And she want to. She's saying she want to surrounding him with knowledge. It was she that told him that he should go to me and talk to me the first time there when I did a healing. She said that she was the one, because I remember that I told him there is a misty, I say to him, but he didn't know what misty was. So I say it's like a cloud coming, and there is someone in the cloud that love you very much. And I didn't know what it was, but now I know. It was this woman that placed us together and lets us be connected with love, because I didn't felt any love to him first. I only was thinking that's a young, nice-looking man that want to talk to me, and immediately I connected me with him like a pastor that want to help him. And after a while I say, I can heal people. If you have any problems, I can heal you, I say to him. And he said that he was down, he was depressed. And I understand that, because he have post-traumatic distress. So he need help to clean it up. For me, I have post-traumatic distress when I come back from USA from homelessness to back to my country, Sweden. I go down when I come home. I didn't get it in the United States because it was only to survive for me. So I never could allowed me to go into traumatic distress. But it was something I got when I come back to Sweden and could relax a little, because I had a place to stay that I had no need to deal with other people. And so I was safe in that way. I have my own home almost immediately. It took some months. And then when I start to relax, then the traumatic, the distress came over me. But I learned that I could go away from the distress by, I was singing every day karaoke. It was for many hours I was singing until my voice couldn't sing anymore. That opened up my lungs, breathing, and circulation in the body. So, and then I write into this social media about what I'm going through when talking to people on internet, and writing very, very much on Facebook. And then on Facebook I have some pages with different subjects that I wrote. But now after some years, maybe 3-4 years ago, I ended to be post-traumatic. I'm okay now, and I can do this podcast without feeling anything about what I'm talking about that was in my past. I don't have anything about that, but I want you to know me and to learn from me. That I find, if you have post-traumatic, is that to find something that gives you joy and to open up your body, to get a circulation in your body. It is not to sit and watch television the whole day long, or to drink alcoholic or take pills. It have nothing with that to do. You need to open up yourself by finding something that make you want to wake up and go out from the bed, go out from the TV sofa, to move around. When I was the most of the post-traumatic, I couldn't walk out. When I was the worst in the post-traumatic, I was only laying in my bed, and then I go up to go to the bathroom and to go sometimes to eat, and what I eat was fast food, something that I didn't need to work on. It was only to fill my stomach, and then I go to bed again and was sleeping. That was me in the most depressed and post-traumatic situation. But it took me only some weeks, and then it was someone that gave me a computer, an old computer, but it was okay, the computer, and then suddenly in the house they started to place in internet cables, and I was worried because I didn't have I couldn't hire anything because I have these debts in the bank of what have happened when I go away from Sweden and go away from my bad husband, and I left everything open so they could buy things in my name, and I had very much money to pay back, and I still have today. And so I was worried that I could get any internet. It was not like today when they really beg us to have internet, to hire to get internet, and so I was worried. But as it was many houses that got internet built in, then they had no time to check us out if we could pay the bills for for internet, so we all got internet. So I could start to be on my computer and be on internet, and then find a place where I was singing karaoke. So it was many things in my life when I come back from United States, and also in United States, to make it working. But that I know today is I have to thank Afterlife, those people in Afterlife. They have taken care of it. And like I got my telephone, and I couldn't get any expensive telephones. There was expensive in that time. It was it's if I count it, it was $600 for. It was more for Xperia, the first version of Xperia telephone, and I couldn't sign under to get that telephone and pay off the telephone. It was so very expensive, and I called that company that was higher out selling the telephone in that way that I pay off it every month. And the man that in the telephone, I said to him that I was not allowed to do it from the bank because they knew I had some bills I have not paid. I said to him, and he said to me, wait a little, I go and talk to my boss about you and see what we can do here, he say. He was a real man that sit there from God. And I was so deep into when he went away, and I could see him when he was walking. I saw him in the spirit, how he walking into a room where his manager was sitting, and I saw him bowing down on the office desk to like whisper a little to the manager to could help me. I was really into praying and into talking to God to help me to get the telephone. And then suddenly he come back, this young man here, and he say his boss approved me to get the telephone. So it have been the many times I should not have got it, but I got it. And I know today that's the afterlife. God doesn't do this. God doesn't work with the earth in that way, but He is the one that decided. God is like the boss that was in the telephone company, and He allowed me to get it. By the way, the afterlife is working for me. Everything that is working in afterlife to us here on earth have to go through God first to be approval. They can't work on their own. They need to have okay from God. But God doesn't work with us in that way. So it's very important that we understand this with afterlife, that it's they that do action. God doesn't do action in that way. It's very seldom. Sometimes he have coming down and talk to me, but it's rare. It's not something that I take for granted. I'm very thankful and happy when God is coming and talking, but I don't take him for granted. No, not at all. And that's the error many people do, that they take God for granted. That what can you do for me, God? We can't say like that. We need to work for God, to ask God to get help with something, and God doesn't work with us. He tell the afterlife to do the work for him, what he want to do for us. We can't ask him. We need to work for God first. It's not only to sit there and get all the gifts from God. It doesn't work that way. You need to work for God first. You need to take one step to be free from what is in your life that stop you for have a happy life. You need to do the first step. Then God can do 2 steps. And in that way he tell afterlife to do it for us. But we need to do the first step. Everyone. No one is excluded from it. You need to work on your relationship with God. That is not Jesus. That is not Muhammad. It is God is the only one. He is not a person. God, he can place himself into people's body, into people's mind, because it's a spirit. So he can enter in wherever he wants to enter in, and then talk from. And that can also be that God is telling those in afterlife to go down here on earth and go into our mind, into our body, to work on something. And but I have told you that they can be killed in that way also, when coming close to the earth, because they are very weak in that way. But they know they coming here and know what they are going to do. That's in them, like a package coming into our mind. But then is it up to that person that have this package inside them to accept it or not accept it? They can kill that package by saying, I don't believe in this. It's demons that plays into that body. If it's himself or herself, or is it people that they know about around them? No, that's demon that is in that person. Like saying that, and that in that way they kill also the spirit that try to enter in and work for us. But it's the spirit inside me. They have just coming into me. They have tried many times. They started with this ghost believing things that when we don't understand who they are, we think they are ghosts, that they are evil. And of course it can be evil. It can come from the dark side also. So we need to protect us. And that I have talking about before going to bed, to prayer, to ask for help, that they will not come into our home when we are sleeping. And I say from the beginning, I say prayer to God, because I thought I should pray to God in that way, that I ask to, before I fall to sleep, to ask that whatever coming in the night to me, let it not be something that is evil. Let it come from you, God. Whatever you want me to hear and see, let it coming from you, God. In that way I was praying every night, and it going less and less to be evil things coming. And then they started to communicate with me in the spirit way. I felt like I should go home and do a video recording. Those videos I have on YouTube, those videos is from that I was walking outside and in that way rest me, and in the spirit ways rest me. And then I got message that I should go home and recording for them, and they were telling me what I should recording about. And then I start to do it, and then I start to not be frightened about what come in the night, because I know it have to go through God to filter it. And so I understood it seems evil when I saw those things, but in the same way I knew that these spirit things have to go through God, and in that way filter away the evil things. They can look evil, but they are not evil. So I started to understand more and more. And so if you watch those YouTube, it's not 100% true in them, because I didn't know so much as I do today. My real knowledge come when they told me to do a podcast, and now I understand it, and I get more knowledge in other subjects also. So follow me, and you will learn from what I learn from the spirits that talking to me. They want to teach me about everything so I can help you that listen. It's not for me only. I learn from them, but the learning is for you also to learn. And sometimes is it healing coming also for you, because they want you to know them. They want you to be healed. So thank you for listening, and it will be interesting to follow what's going on in Israel now. So God bless you.